Hello, I'm Mr. Giovanni, chemistry and physics teacher for the Law and Public Service magnet at Roosevelt High School, and I want to give you a warm welcome to our virtual physics class this academic year. Despite the crazy circumstances that we find ourselves in, I'm actually genuinely excited to begin our virtual class where I'll be posting weekly videos for you to see in advance of our Zoom class meetings, just like this one. But first, I want to say thank you. I have to be honest, it's hard to fully express the feelings I have in terms of the school year starting. Relieved with prioritizing our health by staying online, anxious at the high number of cases, stressed over how virtual learning is still a learning process for everyone involved, excited to connect with you and your families, and concerned over how to maintain those connections online. Mixed feelings is putting it mildly, but if you're watching this video, it's because you're taking the first step to making this happen. And to prioritize learning with everything still going on, it's actually a pretty big step to make, even if it's one you're expected to make. So thank you for being part of our learning community. I will do my very best to make you feel as supported as you need as we cultivate the potential for transformative science together. With that, let's get this video started. Now, before we see each other and start talking physics, there are a couple logistics I want to touch on very briefly to make sure you understand the components of our class as clearly as possible. Your first step each week will be to log into Schoology and access our physics website to access this class's weekly activities. Once you're there, activities for each week's topics will be laid out in one of three levels. One, the engagement in the form of a pre-recorded video through Edpuzzle, which is what you're watching right now. 2, the collaboration through our Zoom class meeting, the time to which will depend on your period. And 3, the reflection, which you can think of as the class's homework practice and self-assessments for the week's topic. This might be any combination of a Google Doc, a Schoology discussion, a quiz to complete, or more. As the rest of your LPS teachers talk through the best way to schedule our assignments, the days of the week when things are due. These dates might change, but for the time being, you can expect new weekly assignment materials each Sunday morning. Now you'll have from then up until our Zoom class meeting to do activities for level 1, because our class activities will depend on you having watched those videos and complete the questions attached. Level 2 collaboration will take place at these exact times for each period every week, and you'll access our meeting at this link in our Schoology website every week at the designated time. I'll give at least a week's heads up if there are any changes due to holidays or if there's any bigger school schedule changes. But for now, I encourage you to block this time in a calendar or a planner. Once you complete the video for level 1, you're pretty much set. The only thing I'll request is that for now, you have our school's Schooly page available when you enter our Zoom class meeting, as you'll be able to access class materials there. You should already be there because you'll be clicking on that link to access the Zoom meeting itself. Once you watch the video, you can actually start working on activities for level 3, reflection, as it will be available to you along with everything else. You won't need to complete these activities in order to participate in our Zoom class meeting, but if you'd like to get a head start and ask questions during our class or my office hours, you're by all means welcome to start it at any point of the week. My personal recommendation is that you start it by Wednesday latest to give you enough time to do the activities before the week's deadline every Friday at 5 p.m. Participate in these 3 individual and group activities, and you should be done for the work that week. I'll be taking time throughout the weekend to give you feedback and prepare for next week's materials, available at the latest again by Sunday morning, when you'll be able to move on to levels for the next week. I'll be trying my best to make these procedures, how to use our online tools, as clear as intuitive as possible, as we're all getting used to this virtual setting. So I appreciate your patience. For this welcome week, the only other things I have to say is, 1, please sign up to our classes Remind, which will give you updates of our class activities and any particular events/changes of plans. But it is also a great place for you to reach out to me with any class related questions. If you're having trouble accessing any online resources for whatever reason, you can shoot me a text there. You can text the code at LPS Chem, followed by your period number to number 81010, or you can also download the Remind app for your smartphone and input the code at LPS Chem, followed by your period number there. And 2, You can also reach out to me at mrjosegiovanni@gmail.com. That's mr.joseyobanni@gmail.com with similar questions, concerns, or comments. I'll try my best to reply to messages as soon as possible, but likely within 24 hours. And that's it for now. I'll be getting into more detail about everything else during week 1, starting on August 18th. Until then, I hope you're enjoying the remainder of your summer. Please take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I'm excited to connect with you all very soon. Stay radical, y'all.